I do I do. Welcome back, everybody. Mike DeLeo here, Athlete for Life, and we're going to talk about some more foot-shaped shoes today. Before I jump into the video, make sure you subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and drop a comment down below. Let me know what you think and what type of shoe you like to train in, or what type of shoe you like to wear. Maybe even if it's not a foot-shaped shoe, but if it is, I definitely would like to know kind of what you guys think out there and what you're wearing. So make sure you do that. So let's get into the shoes. A little different than the previous video. If you haven't seen that video, which is kind of the precursor to this video, that's okay. I'll put it up here in the corner. You can watch that if you like. I'm going to give a quick recap and get you up to speed on what that video kind of covered to what this video is going to cover and why kind of there was a progression here. So let me bring back this kind of the star of that video, which is the Reebok Nano 1. This was the shoe that kind of took center stage in that last video, because it mainly talks about how this shoe was my first foot-shaped shoe that I ever used, and it was while I was doing CrossFit. So this was the shoe that kind of started my journey onto the foot-shaped shoe, and it has been a kind of an obsession ever since, slowly building steam to where we're at today and why I have all these other shoes out in front of me. So we're going to kind of move on from that and get into how the foot-shaped shoe progressed over time for me. So this video is going to be geared more for my runners out there. Even if you're not a runner, this video will hold some good important information on the foot-shaped shoe and a comfortable foot-shaped shoe that you might consider even if you're not going to be doing a lot of running, and just maybe wearing it for basic working out or just like an everyday shoe. So let me kind of preface all that running stuff with the fact that I'm not a huge runner. I don't log a whole bunch of distance every week and run X amount of miles every week. I run sporadically throughout the year for certain workouts, and there are certain times of the year that I do some longer runs. One of them is a torch run that I do for the Special Olympics for work. It's a 5K, and we do it on the road, so I definitely need a comfortable shoe for that. So maybe I'll throw up a couple pictures here so you kind of see what that looks like. And then the second time that I spend a lot of time in my running shoe is when I prepare and do the Murph workout, which is a workout that's done once a year on Memorial Day. It's a hero workout to honor a fallen Navy SEAL, Lieutenant Michael Murphy. If you don't know, that workout consists of a 1 mile run, 100 pull-ups, 200 push-ups, 300 air squats, another 1 mile run, all in a 20-pound weighted vest. That workout is definitely a suck fest and is a very good test of your fitness. But it is imperative that you are in a comfortable shoe for that workout. And that's not just a workout you just do. You kind of prepare for it a little bit. So in the months prior to that, so in kind of in April, beginning of April and throughout May, I'm doing some kind of prep for that, which is going to involve a bunch of running. So my problem was when I had the Nano, and I had a whole bunch of Nanos, those weren't a very good running shoe. The Nano is not made for running, period. It doesn't matter what model you have, whether it's the 1 or the newest one, the X4. So I was using other running shoes. So what I'm going to do now, before I get into the main shoe of the day here, I'm going to bring back some of the running shoes that I was wearing at the time. So first I'm going to start with the Brooks. This is the Brooks Ricochet. I wore this for a little bit, so for all my Brooks people out there, nice shoe though, in very good shape because I didn't wear it that much because it hurt my feet. As you can see, very pointy up here, not a lot on the toe box for space, not very wide, narrow. I wasn't particularly happy with the heel cup here and this kind of sock looking heel you had here. So overall, it just didn't work for me. The shoe, I ran in it a couple times and it just hurt my feet, so this one was out. So we got rid of that. Then I went to a little bit more of a minimalist shoe, and this is a New Balance. for all my New Balance people out there. New Balance has a lot of nice shoes. They even had more of a foot-shaped shoe, which I mentioned in the previous video, the Minimus. But I went with New Balance. I don't know, don't crucify me on this. I don't know the name of this shoe. It's not even on here, what number it is, because New Balance uses a lot of numbers to model their shoes. But anyway, this, I thought maybe it would have a little more room in the toe box. It did a little bit, but it's still, like the Brooks, has a pitch to it, a little bit minimal stack height here, but still ran into that same problem. Hurt my toes up in the front. Coming down, my toes felt kind of squished. So nice shoe, very light, but just this one wasn't working either. So then we come to the final shoe. This is the shoe I was wearing before I made the switch. I had a lot of these. I had a few different models of this shoe. This is a Saucony. This is the Kinvara. This is the Kinvara 8. And as you can see, it got a lot of use. I ran a lot in this, but it hurt my feet. As you can see, this one's probably even more narrow up front. This is a very narrow toe box there. And it just, on some of my last runs with this, I was coming back and I had pain up in the front area of my toes, and I just kind of knew that this was out. So those are the three that I was using at the time, and I knew at that point I kind of had to hunt for a new running shoe to kind of solve that problem of, man, it's not that I didn't not like running, but it wasn't my favorite, but it definitely doesn't help if your feet hurt while you're running. So you have to really kind of get into a shoe to where you're not having those problems, you know, constantly as you're running, and then after, when you're done running, my feet would just, you know, my toes would be like throbbing. So that was kind of my breaking point there, you could say. With I finally realized, like, okay, I gotta fix this problem I got. So let us move on to the display here. And if you could see enough of these, you kind of know the brand that I'm about to present to you. But I did a lot of homework, a lot of due diligence, watched a lot of Go Figure YouTube videos, and narrowed my search down to this brand right here. This is Altra. And I can't say enough good things about this shoe and this company. This was the first shoe I got, first model that I got with Altra. This is the Torin 6. They are now up to a Torin 7, but I'm not going to get it because I just like the Torin 6 so much. So there you go. This shoe has a very, very light construction. Doesn't have much of a stack height, this model, at all. Zero drop from back to front. And as you can see, the most important is that wide toe box. Okay, this really gives my feet the ability to kind of spread out on those runs as I'm hitting the pavement. So this shoe here was so comfortable for me that I went out, and like any true obsessed shoe person, I got more of them, the same shoe. So I went out and got a couple other color arrays just to kind of mix it up a little bit. So these are both the Torin 6 and the different color arrays. This one's the white with the gum. This one's gray and red. So just love this shoe. Can't say enough good things. That's probably my favorite out of the Ultras at this moment. But I did branch out a little bit because I do a lot of different things and need a foot-shaped shoe for a multitude of reasons. I started wearing them just for everyday use. I mean, they were that comfortable. My Nanos I liked wearing, but they just didn't really have a lot of cushion because that's a very minimalist shoe. So I wanted something that had a little bit more squish to it. And this one did it perfectly. But I said, you know what, let me try a couple other brands. So a couple models. So I went up to this guy here. This is the Via Olympus. And as you can see, it's got a pretty big stack height, very similar to the Hoka's, what you're gonna see out, and that's very trendy right now. Super light though. May look chunky and heavy, but it is not. Don't let that fool you. Okay, but most importantly, it's got that foot shape. It's got that wide toe box. Okay, that's the most important. And this shoe feels like you're walking on a cloud. So can't say enough good things about that. I wear this in the wintertime a lot because I wear it with pants or sweatpants because it just looks kind of funny with shorts because it's got such a high stack height on it. But that's just me personally. I kind of want them to look a certain way. For work, I'm out in the woods a lot, walking, doing a lot of trail walking and hiking and rucking. So I went up to its twin brother here for the trail. This is the Olympus. And as you can see, the similarities there. The only thing that's really different is some of the construction, and then the stack heights are about the same, and just the materials. This has the Vibram on the bottom, and it has that nice trail sole. So great shoe, very light. This thing feels like I'm walking on a cloud, so if I need to be out in the trail for a while, carrying, rucking, and have some poundage on me, this is a very comfortable shoe. For some of the outdoor training that I do, I went over to this model. This is the Ultra Superior 5. Love this shoe. Much different than the Olympus. This is a much more minimalist shoe. So if you're a person that likes more of a minimalist trail shoe, then this would be the shoe for you. Very light, minimal stack height, still zero. These are all zero drop shoes, all zero drop. And the toe box has that nice foot shape. You will notice that this foot shape is a little different than this foot shape. That is because Altra offers different foot shapes in their line of shoes, which is crucial. Everybody's got the shape of a foot, but everybody's foot shape might be a little different. Some people might have a narrow foot shape. Some people might have a wider foot shape. So Altra offers more of a narrow, they offer a standard, and they offer their original foot shape. So there should be something for everybody in that choice of their foot shape shoes. So moving down the line here, I'm going to cover the last two. I even went back. I like the Torin so much, I said, you know what, let me try a previous model of the Torin. This is the Torin 4 Plush. So this is a little bit of an older shoe, but I wear this one a lot. I do a lot of runs in this thing, and it is plush. It's very soft, has a very comfortable shell here, so it makes it very comfortable on your feet. But the design is is pretty much the same. Toe box opened up a little bit in the newest Torin, but still fits my foot great, feels fantastic. And lastly, for work, I have to wear black shoes. I prefer a high top at work. This is the Lone Peak. Now this guy right here is more for a lot of trail walking. If you're into a lot of trail hiking, do a lot of time out in the woods on a lot of trails, different types of terrain, this is a good option. Altra offers a very wide variety of trail shoes and high top boots. So something to consider if you are an outdoorsy type of person. This would be probably right up your alley. But as you can see, it's got that toe box, zero drop, very light, but very durable construction. I've worn this a lot. It's got a lot of use and can definitely take a beating. So that's great. So there you go. There's what I have currently. I'm kind of not looking to add any more to this. I think I kind of spent enough on these shoes. What I will say though is if you're gonna look to make the switch, which I highly recommend, it doesn't necessarily have to be Ultra, but if you're gonna make a switch to the foot shape shoe, do your homework, do some due diligence, do a little research, and then maybe go out and try these shoes on because they're going to be different than anything you've ever put on your feet. So you definitely want to see how they feel before you just blindly order them online and hope they fit when they get to your house. One of the tips that I will give and a trick for getting these shoes is find a local retailer near where you live. For me, where I live here in Florida, one of those retailers was Fit to Run. They are kind of an all-encompassing running retailer store. So they have apparel and shoes. They carry Ultra. So I went down there and looked at some shoes and tried them on there. And then I also have REI Co-op. REI Co-op is a very large retailer, outdoor store. They have a big line of shoes and they have a very nice lineup of Ultra in the store. So you can find a model that you like, try it on there. Listen, if you want to pay the $130, $35, $40, which is kind of what a lot of these shoes go for, I mean, that's your prerogative. So if you can't wait, if you're one of those people, I got to have it right now, then yeah, go ahead and buy it at the store. But if you can wait, get your size, then come home, look online, and you will find some deals online for these shoes. Maybe not through Altra's website, maybe, if it's a clearance model or something, but through eBay or Amazon. And the reason I say that is this shoe right here I just got, I needed another pair for the pair that I currently have, which are getting dirty and used. I always like to have a couple pairs. This shoe I found on eBay. It was listed as used, but it was a display model. And if you can see this shoe is in perfect condition. I paid $35 for this shoe. So that was I couldn't hit the button fast enough to order the shoe because there was only one left in my size. So the deals are out there. The deals are out there. And if you're willing to kind of wait, do a little homework, you will find it for a little bit of a better price. As I understand, $130, $40 is a lot to pay for shoes, but it's worth it for the health of your feet. And one last thing here, this Altra obsession I have has kind of become a family affair, and now even my wife is in Altra shoes, and I'll show you a couple of hers. She's not wearing them right now. I think she's in flip-flops today, but she has, just like me, she has the Torin 6. So for all you ladies out there, this has some, my wife likes a little more subdued colors, so she goes with, she likes the grays and the blacks, but she was okay with this kind of teal looking color here, but nice shoe. She loves that one. And then more recently, we went back one model for her and picked up a Torin 5. So my wife really likes black shoes, so this was a hit. She really liked this one and says this one is very, very comfortable. So ladies, there you go. They do have a little bit more colorful shoes if you like the pinks and purples and yellows, but my wife does not like those colors. So she went with this, because this goes with everything. You know, you can wear this with pretty much anything, any clothes color. So there you go. So and my mom even has this one here. My mom has the Torin 6, same exact shoe as my wife. So when they do their walks together, they're like the sneaker twins. But they both rave about how well that shoe fits and how well it feels. So there you go. There you have it. That is the full Altra lineup. That is my pick. That is what I decided to go with when I had to go to the foot-shaped shoe for a running, comfortable shoe. I can't say enough good things. If you need to make the switch, make the switch. Make the switch. So it will be so beneficial for your feet. It is a nice combination of fashion and function that has been such a kind of back and forth with, you know, people that wear, you know, shoes that are just not functional and do a lot of damage to their feet because they're just pointy and not healthy. So there you have it. So if you like this video, you like this kind of content, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, give it a like, really appreciate it. It does a lot, helps me out, and I will leave you guys with where this whole thing started for me and where it is right now. Couldn't be happier with my progress and my shoe line, and my feet are definitely happy too. So there you go. Hope this was informational and you got something out of it, and I will see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.